Good morning everyone. Today on the dyno we have Shane's Vortech blown VR wagon. For those of you that follow us would remember the video when we tuned this. It had a standard LS1 in it. It's turbo 400, 31 spline rear end, mini tubbed, Haltech Elite 2500, TI trim Vortech blower, and it made a heap of power. It made 630, I think it was, to the tyre, and the old gearbox was slipping in top gear. We ended up pulling the gearbox out of the car to send it away to get fixed, and the converter flushed. While it was out, we decided to redo the engine situation because it would have hurt the stock LS1. You break the little ends off the rods. The rods aren't strong in an LS1, and the block moves. So now we've built a LY6 for it. Still a relatively, it's a tough motor, but still a budget orientated build. It's got stock pistons, stock rods, but it's got the rings are gapped, molly rings, ARP main studs, ARP rod bolts, rotating assemblies rebalanced, Ampere head studs. It's the same camshaft, which is a 238, 242 on 110, which is really an NA cam, but works well. You just got to understand the cylinder pressures are higher when you're using a camshaft like that, which I've spoken about in earlier videos. So LY6 cast iron block, so the block's not going to move, and the rods are Gen 4 rods. They're a hell of a lot stronger. Everything else is literally the same. Holly throttle body, Holly elbow, Victor Junior manifold. Yeah, I think by memory the supercharger, it was running about 13 psi. Gearbox is the same, just fix the things that were wrong with it to make it stronger. Same converter, everything's the same. So we're not going to be trying to make more horsepower out of it. The horsepower it made was really, really good for the street. Like I said, was 630 slipping. So we just want it to be more reliable. It was going to hurt that stock LS1. So I'll start tuning it up. Just fixing a little water leak on the thermostat housing at the moment. I'll get that back together. We'll warm it up, and I'll show you through the tune. This shouldn't be too bad because all the injector dead times, like I said, everything is all the same. It's just a little bit bigger engine. Yeah, we'll see what it makes. Do a few plug reads, do some individual cylinder tuning, and I'll show you along the way. One more thing that we've actually done to this car while it was apart was we've added a bypass valve, or blow off valve, whatever you want to call it, because that was a lot of the reason why it was shredding belts. When it was compressor surging, it's adding load and fluttering the tensioner and carrying on and hurting belts. So it's got a blow off valve on there now. So we're expecting it to stand up not quite as hard because it's bypassing air, because for a side mount blower, if you'll see in the previous video when we tuned it, it stood up super hard. So we're hoping we don't lose too much there. We're just trying to make it safer and not destroy belts, reliability. So yeah, we'll see how all that goes too. Right, so we've got a pretty good result. The biggest problem we have on days like today is I didn't film nowhere near as much as I would have liked with this car because we're just so busy. I've got another 408 cube stroker blown VK that I've got to try and tune today and tomorrow, so I just got on the grind getting it done. Didn't film as much as what I would have liked. Pretty good result. 13 pounds of boost, 704 to the hub. Very, very stout 6 litre. Still retaining factory crank rods, pistons. It's just got gapped rings and studs like I spoke earlier. Very, very tough. So we've had a bloody good result. 704 to the hubs. I think there is probably 30-40 horsepower more left in it. It's still being a stock bottom end, even though it's a Gen 4 LY6. Shane only wanted the 620, what it made before, just to be safe. But this is where the engine's happy and safe. It's making the 700 now, so that's a bonus. You wouldn't bloody read about it. We just did the dyno session, pulled it off the dyno, went to do the road drive portion of the tune, pulled it into first gear and the box locked up. So put it in second gear, it takes off. Pulled in the first gear, box locked up. It's a brand new box, we just got it back. So obviously something's happened there. So we've got to pull that out, send that back to our gearbox builders, try and get it back in the car, which has just added a stupid amount of load when we're running a tight schedule before power cruise. But anyway, things happen. So we'll get that out tonight, get it down to them for Monday. Hopefully we can get it back by Wednesday, back in the car, give it back to Shane. Happy days. But very good result. And yeah, when I drove it on the road, very impressive. Very good street manners, quiet, no cam surge, not a stupidly oversized converter, cruises beautifully, and then yeah, jump on it top gear and just bushfire tyres. So awesome street package. Anyway, as I always say, thanks heaps for watching. We really appreciate the support. The video went pretty crazy on my VN, and yeah, I was a little bit overwhelmed by how many people commented and shared and give us the thumbs up. So that's pretty cool, and I really appreciate the support, like I said, and I love making these videos. So hopefully for years to come, we can keep on showing you what we do. Thanks, guys.